Hey everybody, it's Second Chance Adventures. Today's day number 268 after having gastric bypass surgery. On the previous video, someone asked me, hey, in the comments, hey, since you don't use food to cope with your feelings and your stress and all that anymore, what do you do? And that's a really good question. But before I go into that, let me just tell you this really quick. There are so many people that I have seen, like from, bariatric pages on social media and things like that. I'll read chats, and there's so many people where they say, yeah, when I get this surgery, all my problems are just going to go away and it'll be just fine. And no. When you get that surgery, it gets worse before it gets better. It really does. But some people handle it better than others. I didn't handle it so well. It was very hard to deal with. It was a lot of pain and things. But, people handle it differently. But people have this idea that the surgery is just going to fix everything so very, very quickly, and that is very far from the truth. Yes, the surgery is the biggest help, in my opinion. It is the biggest tool, but it's not the only tool. Because even though your stomach just got cut out, literally, stapled, sleeved, whatever you want to call it, you still have that choice of saying, hey, I'm not hungry, I'm just bored. I'm not hungry, I'm just feeling worried. I'm not hungry, I'm feeling sad, or whatever it might be. You're still able to literally pick up food, put it in your mouth, and swallow it after surgery, but you're going to get sick and puke it up anyways. And I know that there are actually some people who literally force it down and they stretch their stomach out and then they end up gaining weight back and sometimes getting even bigger. I knew one person personally that went through that, and I thought, man, you have to literally exert yourself to get back to that. That's just terrible. Well, anyways, I used food to cope with my feelings. I really did for the longest time. I'm talking years, before I even went to middle school. It was bad. And then when I was able to drive and I started working, and I made my own money, that made it worse because it was one of the only real freedoms or one of the only real things that I had control over in life. Because not to dig up old dirt or anything, but I just lived a life where I felt like I had nothing going on for me except literally just waking up just to go to work. That was my only existence in life, the only real purpose I had. And it was very depressing. And when I was able to work and drive, have my own car, have my own money, that's what I used it on. To feed my addiction. Literally. Feed it. And over the years, I just kept blowing up. Starting from second grade, I just blew up more and more. And then when I started driving and having my own money, I blew it up even more. I don't do that anymore. So then the comment said, hey, so what do you do now? This is what I do now. So I still have anxiety. When I'm in a store and there's a bunch of people around and there's a bunch of sounds and just a bunch of things going on, I get freaked out real easily. Or if I'm at home or at someone's house and there's too many people there, or the TV's on and music's on and it's really loud and people are talking and people are coming in and out of the house and there's animals coming in and out and barking or jumping or something, it freaks me out real bad. Just too many variables, Or if somebody's doing something to purposely irritate me, or they're just doing it and they just don't know any better, I kind of start freaking out. I don't know why, I just do. So nowadays, when something's wrong, a lot of times what I do now is that I remind myself, now before surgery, you would have gotten up and you would have went either here or you would have went there and you would have ordered this or you would have ordered that to cope with your feelings. But then when you came back, it's still gonna be there. So really the only thing you did was make it worse for you, physically, mentally, emotionally, because you could have went and spent money on this or that and eat it, but then you're still gonna come back, it's still gonna be there. So you need to find another way to deal with it. So then I would say, okay, because obviously I can't go eat the stuff because I had a surgery and I don't have room, number one. But I remind myself, okay, let's just have a specific example. Let's say something is upsetting me, let's say I have to go somewhere like a function, and I know there's going to be a lot of people there, and I know that there's going to be a lot of noise and a lot of people talking to me and stuff. Now, I'm not saying I don't want to talk to people, but if there's too many people talking to me at once and I'm trying to keep up with everybody, I start to kind of freak out a little bit because I don't want anyone to think I'm leaving them out. Kind of weird. And I really start to panic. I'll go into little panics, and I remind myself, hey, you're okay. They're just people talking. They're not out to get you or anything. You're okay. You're doing better. You're happier. Things are getting better for you health-wise. Opportunities are opening up for you. You're able to do a lot more. Worry about that. Worry about the good things. And then you'll forget about what's going on around you. I don't know. It just works for me now. Want to lick? Before that, yeah, again, I would just go out and just buy a bunch of stuff and just gorge. Of course, I don't do that anymore. So what I do is I just stop. And sometimes I'll also stop and think, okay, if someone's giving me a problem, I'll think, okay, is there any possibility that they're doing this because of something I might have said or I might have done, whether it was on accident even. You know, because sometimes you might say something and somebody might take it the wrong way, but you didn't mean it that way, and you got to kind of re-explain yourself. Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it more like this. Oh, okay, yeah. It happens. You know, I start to think, is there something I could have done to cause this? Is any of this partially my fault? If so, go fix it. You don't need to go eat. You don't need to go out and freak out. Just simply just take a breath and just fix it. So a lot of things I do now is just a lot of examining things, examining the situation, examining myself, and just trying to come up with a better solution to calm myself down when I'm feeling anxious or I'm upset or I'm getting irritated. You know, that's just what I do now. Still working on it, but it's so much better than going out and just buying a bunch of food. Not just that, but going out and just getting fast food or whatever it might be is expensive. My Lord. I mean, dang. It's ridiculous. And just to think, you know, I can't imagine how much money I've spent over all the years eating to cope with my feelings. Like, I can't imagine how much I've spent. If I could see it all on one piece of paper, I'd probably slap myself. Like, what's wrong with you? You know, but you know, it is what it is. So, I hope that answers your question. We saw the person that asked me in the comments yesterday. So, I hope to see you guys in the next video. If you guys are having surgery or you're thinking about it, you know, you can click the link to my Twitter account and send me a message there if you have a question. If you're worried about something or just any questions in general, let me know. I have a lot of people that are emailing me and asking me questions. I'm glad to help. That's what we're here for. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.